Look at this vulture, guys. How big that sucker is. He's like, look, I'm not getting out the way. That's an eagle. That's a golden eagle, boys. Wow. Yeah, that was a golden eagle. I thought you'd get a kick out of that. Well, what we're doing is we're getting ready to go to the... Let me set you down there. We're getting ready to go to Cape, get me a big Sprite. I like to get a Sprite if I'm going to be out early in the morning. And so we're going to Cape to get a big Sprite. And I thought, well, I'll show you where Cape's at. As far as... Okay, let's look real close. See the bridges way over there? Okay, that is the bridge that goes to Cape Girardeau, Missouri. From over here in the Illinois side. Alright, well, what it is they're having Riverfest today. Oh yeah, happy 4th of July. And happy 4th of July to Nuggy and Mud Daddy and Triple T and Lori and School of Crop and Chop Easy and just all the old guys that I used to hang around with. Oh, Aaron, you know, just all the old guys. Well, they're the same. We're just over there at the country rap community, a little bit less aggressive than the cannabis community. See, look at there. Sun's just now coming up. It's gonna be a beautiful day today. But what I was gonna show you about over here in Cape Girardeau is the fact that this is where they're gonna have Riverfest. And Riverfest was quit about 10 years ago, and they moved it all out to the park, which was way on the other end of town. And they'd have a big old field party kind of thing. You know, they'd have vendors and rides and whatnot, but it wasn't the same. It wasn't Riverfest. Well, I grew up down here. I mean, my guardian that raised me, my Aunt Helen, okay, she worked downtown at a women's fine luxury clothing store. Rush Limbaugh. Anybody who's old knows Rush Limbaugh used to be on talk radio. Well, he would bring his mom into Hex, which is the fancy women's store where he would buy his mom clothing when he would come to town. Because Rush Limbaugh is affiliated with Cape Girardeau. Who grew up there, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, they quit having it. Before they quit having it, when they would have it, I was a kid, I would, these stomping grounds, this downtown area, this was my stomping grounds, because when I'd get out of school, I'd go downtown and wait for my guardian to get off from work. Well, I'd roam the neighborhood. So I know the old back ends of Cape Girardeau, as far as downtown area, you know. And I thought, well, this morning, after we go across the bridge, this is the new bridge. The old bridge, they kept part of it and they use it as a lookout. And so I'm going to pull in down there where that lookout's at. And we're going to go ahead and I'll show you what the Mississippi River looks like from the lookout. And I'll point to where they're going to shoot the fireworks off tonight. Blah, blah, blah. Now, see, I'll be able to see them from my house because they'll be just about as tall as what those bridges are, you know. But anyway, so yeah, we'll cross this bridge. And I got all my electrics on my boat hooked up. I got my steering cable hooked up. I got my throttle cable and transmission cable hooked up. Slow down to the speed limit. I got guy coming up behind me. He's raring to go. Well, it looks like it. But I'm going to wait till the final end up here just to get over. If he ain't made it to me by then, well, then he can just ride behind me. But when we get across the bridge, we'll make that first right. And that will take us to our overlook. Yeah, he's not coming any harder. See, he was coming real hard just a second ago. But he can deal with it because we got to get over. Sorry, dude, you had your chance. You should have came up, kept flying up on me to pass me. As it is now, fucker's gonna ride my ass, see? But that's okay. I just act like he ain't back here. So next, today, we've got to hook up a gas tank, a primer bulb, which I don't have a good primer bulb. I got a stiff. My primer bulb's all stiff. No, I got to hook up the primer bulb with the new gas line, because I ran new gas line. And then, see, there's Cape here. Let me see if I can. That's the Cape Riverfest. That's where I'm going to show you here in just a second. But what, roll that window up. What I'm hoping is I'll have the motor running. It's sitting in a barrel of water right now. What I'm hoping is to have the barrel, the motor running, and, you know, make sure it starts and stops and this and that and everything else. Uh-oh, did they close? I don't know. Oh, they closed off my road. See, I can't get there from here. I have to go around the block. Okay, well, we'll go around the block. And then I'll stop and get my big soda. Oh, big old fat, hefty looking thing. Boy, she's in a hurry, too. If she turns in to get a big soda, I'll stop and get my big soda. No? No, she's not going to stop. But she sure was in a hurry, wasn't she? She sure was in a hurry. Say hi, fat girl. Some people are just a little too aggressive, in my opinion. But yeah, we'll run down there, and then I'm gonna stop back at this gas station right there and get me a big soda. And like I said, this is my old stomping grounds. I used to run that convenience store right up there. I went to the other convenience store. But this is the overlook we're going to. I used to live on this street when I was a kid. My uncle that let me borrow his Suzuki motorcycle lived down that alleyway, right down that way. Right down there. Let's see, now I think I gotta go left. What am I thinking? Silly Bob, we got one more block to go over. I only went a half a block, I need to go a full block. Now we're on the right track there, home skillet. But yeah, this used to be the old hopping town. Hopping part of the... Okay, if you was a white guy, you wouldn't want to be down here in the 1985 era, 84 era. Because down around this end of town, back in those days, where you go buy crack and... I don't think we even had meth back then, but we had crack cocaine, and we had some kind of dirt weed that was so bad that it just wasn't fair. Compared to the weed today, the weed we was smoking back then, it just wasn't even weed. It just wasn't even weed. But yeah, here's the overlook. Now see, this is the old bridge. You used to drive, there used to be two semis go side by side across that thing. But, like I said, this is the, now I won't let her out. She'll have a fit, but she can just wait here. I'm gonna shut this off. Oops. There we go. And I'll show you what the overlook is. No, you stay there. She's like, I want to get out. But yeah, these are the old style houses. I've showed them before. But this is the little overlook that they've made. And when the 4th of July celebration comes on today, later, all of that downtown down there. Oh, you can't really see it from here. But all the downtown, which is just right down here, is going to be all loaded up. We'll go through there real quick, see if I can drive by. I thought they'd have it blocked off. But right out here is where they're going to be shooting fireworks off. And so I just live right over there. Because, yeah, see, there's a big bridge. Okay, we'll go for a little more car ride. I'll take you downtown. Like I said, this is the Riverfest. And this is the first year they've had it compared to years ago. And that was a normal thing, you know. But yeah. Look at that old style house, isn't it cool? There's a bunch of them. Get in the back, get in the back, get in the back, get in the back. Get in the back. Well, just stay there then. Here. I'll roll the window over. Turn around, turn around. Hold on. She's like, hey, I want to look out. Alright, well, let me get going. Yeah, I'll roll your window down. Now you can look out. Gotta get my seatbelt on. Missouri, you're not supposed to have your cell phone in your hand while you're driving. But I think I'll get by with it. Oop, hold on. Just because we're doing the Riverfest thing. And like I said, this is the downtown. And I know we won't be able to get close. We'll go as close as we can. Yeah, oh, see, they already got her blocked off. There's the river over there. Yeah, I figured as much. Now, they don't have any designated parking, so to speak. So it's typically first come, first served parking. But, yep, this is Riverfest. Well, I'm not even going to go down to that because it's 2 blocks that away and 2 blocks that away towards the river that they're doing all this. And so we're going to head on back to our house. Look at that old car. Isn't that cool? This building right there, that's the building I manage as an apartment complex. And that building behind it used to be an old laundromat. Yep. I'm not going to go uptown. I think I'm going to go ahead and end this video, guys. This is in. Funny note, this park over here, this used to be a park where when I was 18, 19, well, I was about 20 years old, just got my divorce, so I would have been 22. This park was a big old gathering of kids and whatnot, and you can tell we're on that end of town. And I actually lived in a house that was tore down right over there. I was selling weed. If you walked up with cash, I'd sell you weed. Well, 2 cops walked up with cash, but I sold them weed too. And that's how I got busted my first time for selling weed. But as it is, guys, Captain Super Bob's gonna call this a day. I'll get back in touch with you later. And I hope everybody has a happy, safe 4th of July. And so in that case, Captain Super Bob says, I'm out. Ugh.